Hey everybody, Sam from SK, tasting notes with Sam and special guest.
Nellie!
Yay! Back by popular demand. Everybody keeps messaging me. They're like, bring Nellie back.
Your wife is so cute.
Actually, why don't you just leave? That's okay.
NM Coffee.
Exactly. So today we are tasting an exciting coffee that we still have left, actually. It's one of our special and unique kind of premium specialty coffee, I'd say. Mostly just really small lot, unique stuff. So this one is a natural process Tabi from the Valle del Cauca region in Colombia. This was in our inaugural special project, Tabi Trio project, where we had the same variety, Tabi, single variety, from Colombia, from the same farm, processed 3 different ways: washed, red honey, natural. So now all the rest are gone, and all we have left is the natural. So this comes from our farming partners at Finca la Julia, and the main farmer, it's his family, Nicolas Ocampo Maya. His sister helps out as well, and then his children. It's a whole family affair. I think it's second generation, actually. So, Nellie, what are the general tasting notes for this?
The general tasting notes for this coffee are chocolate-covered strawberries and a hint of wine, like a red wine table blend kind of flavor.
Love it. All right, so now some completely unscripted response.
Cheers.
Cheers. So yeah, initially just a lot of fruit. Even the whole bean, it's just like so tart fruity, but like I would say candied jelly fruit, like red fruit candied. But here's the thing. I mean, in my mind, it's like initially you get that fruit, really fruit forward. But as it rests on the palate, it's this like amazing, like after like a nice, not super dark, like really really bitter dark chocolate bar, but like a lightly roasted cacao, high cacao count, like high percentage cacao candy bar, chocolate bar rather, with like maple sugar or something. And then the note that it has as it sits, it's almost like cherry sweet.
Yeah, you're very skilled at describing exactly the flavor, and I'm a little bit slower on the uptake in that department, but I guess the feeling when you take a sip, it's like it just spreads out across your tongue. And then I feel like the secondary feeling is the, like, tartness. Like, it spreads out, and then it's kind of tart.
Yeah. And then, if I may, as it rests, it kind of goes like that again. It's this sort of, like... It almost is like when you... The shape you just described is like a droplet in water. You know how it, like, ripples? So there's, like... It's the initial, then this, and then it's calm. Zero bitterness, and I use I'll say uppercase bitter as the sort of bitterness people talk about as like bad rank coffee, right? Like really bleh. But lowercase bittersweet is a lovely flavor note, and we're getting quite a bit of this, I think.
Yeah, and I think that the wine tasting note is very accurate.
Yeah. Winey. So this is an interesting tasting note, a little history here. Early days of the natural process. So how that works is essentially you are drying the seeds inside the cherry, right? So what that was the original. That's kind of why it's called natural, traditional process. I've heard it also like sun dried, which is a specific type, but let's not get too into the weeds, but in the early days of processing, this was the original because they didn't have expensive mills or anything. They just let the cherries dry, and then they sold them, and then somebody else milled it to get the seed out, the bean. So the problems were, winey was a note that often indicated some kind of rot or defect, essentially. So because it was just like tons of stuff, we didn't really have a lot of really developed practices for like maintaining controlling the rot, more like a controlled fermentation instead of it rotting or diseasing, right? Mm-hmm. So, or molding. So that winey note was that like over fermented is what it is. There's no such thing as over fermented really. It's like it's either fermented or it's not, mm-hmm. right? But that note was often indicative of a bad lot. So you actually, they're like rediscovering this. It's sort of like high alcohol beer. Probably early on was like, ooh, bad, because it meant something went wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
But now we're sort of like going to that line and trying to find that in a really controlled way. I think you also get it by, it's just
but just to say, like, it doesn't taste bad. Like, based on the history, you might think like, oh, well, is that going to taste weird?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's why I bring it up, because this is a super unique cup. Like, you're not going to find this kind of natural very few places. I don't know many in the Twin Cities that have a natural quite like this. Mm-hmm. Cafe Imports does bring in some stuff like this. We got this directly from our farming partner in Colombia. But, like, this is unique. And I know for a fact that this was very well cared for, because we know the farmer, and I know his other products are fantastic. The geisha we have is a red honey from them. It's fantastic, really clean. So this is a very clean cup, and it's extremely unified in the roast.
Is it in your unique category?
It is in our special, it's our red label.
Oh my gosh, even more unique than unique.
Yeah. So technically it's in our like
limited edition.
Yeah. Literally, we only have like 40 pounds of this left. So look, it's not the cheapest coffee, but it is really an experience you must try. I'm obsessed with this. Every time we try it, it's like I can't have anything days after, because it's like, this is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Oh, I could talk about this all day, but I won't bore you. If you want to talk to me about it, email me at sam@skcoffee.
Talk to you all day.
Yes, we can if you want. sam@skcoffee.org. Shoot me an email, talk about it. Order this online. We'll have a link in the bio. Keep coming back for these tasting notes. Sorry it's been a while. We'll keep doing it. It's a pandemic. We also were at the heart of the...
I don't think you need to explain yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We've been focusing on other things, but please come back. Stay tuned, engage with us, like and subscribe to our channel, and thank you.